Hey, this is Andrew Lim inviting you to go out on the limb. So I am in my apartment or flat or whatever you want to call it in Cyprus, in Limassol, and I just came up with an I wouldn't say ingenious, an idea of making some dishes from my upcoming cookbook, which is a collaboration with the talented Chef Kimmy Tang. It's called Traditions, Transitions, and Transformation. So basically it chronicles the life journey of Chef Kimmy Tang from being a war refugee in Vietnam all the way to being an immigrant here in California, and then living her life and expanding her talent and career in the culinary field for decades and decades, and accumulating her experience to cooking the inspirational dishes that she does today, which are the Asian fusion dishes. So I want to make a few dishes here in Cyprus because I thought her dishes are really easy to make. The ingredients are really straightforward, although some of the ingredients you do have to get it in Asian grocery store, which fortunately, of all the places here in Limassol, there are actually quite a few Asian grocery stores, so I could actually get the ingredients. So I just want to make a few dishes for you from the traditional part of the recipe book, as well as the transitional part, and lastly, the transformational, or what you call inspirational part of the recipe book. So come go out on a limb with me. Let's roll up our sleeve and cook some dishes from Chef Kimmy Tang's cookbook, which I actually co-authored, and I'm really excited to share some recipe with you. So one of the things you'll find in Asian grocery store anywhere in the world, or even sometimes in normal non-Asian grocery store, you can actually find tofu. Tofu comes in different packages, but mostly it comes in this kind of packages. If you are outside of Asia, tofu is actually really easy to make. It's really nutritious for you and it's really tasty. So today I'm going to make a traditional dish from our cookbook, my cookbook with Chef Kimmy Tang, from the traditional section of the cookbook. It's a traditional dish that she actually learned from her mom. It's called Yin Yang tofu, and of course Yin Yang means opposing forces. Opposing forces in the sense that the tofu is going to be cold, it's going to be refrigerated, and then we're going to cook a minced meat sauce pouring on top of the tofu. And the meat sauce is usually, the recipe calls for beef, but because I don't eat beef, you can actually substitute that for pork as well, or chicken if you like. So come make some yin yang tofu with me. Now for the ingredients for yin yang tofu, it's pretty straightforward. You need one chopped scallion, maybe one or two stalks. One stalk is fine. A small yellow onion diced, and some marinade. So let's make the marinade right now. So for the marinade, you do need what you call oyster sauce. This one you have to get it from the Asian grocery store, but if you don't have an Asian grocery store, I think sometimes if you go to regular supermarkets, if they're big enough where they have an Asian, or an outdated way of calling it would be Oriental section, like they're selling rugs, you would find the oyster sauce in that aisle. And also you need the sesame paste as well, which is something you get from the Asian grocery store or the Asian grocery aisle at a regular grocery store. So to make the marinade, you need 2 tablespoons of the oyster sauce, or sauce. This is what people in Long Island call it. I'm from New York, so I think I can actually use that pronunciation. Sauce. So 2 tablespoons, ooh, it's a little clumpy, of oyster sauce. Just let it pour, okay. 2 tablespoons of the sesame sauce. This is the sesame paste. It smells really sesame, the fragrant, I love it, love it, love it. Asian tahini sauce, that's what I call it. And then usually 2 teaspoons of agave, but I don't have agave. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put some sugar in it. Not too much. Ooh. And a 1/4 cup of water. Up the sauce. Making a mess. Now it's important to slice up the tofu into 1/2 inch thick and refrigerated as well. So in this case, I have refrigerated my tofu, make it cold, and then it's ready to go. So now we just need to cook the sauce or the sauce. Just put on high heat a saucepan, 1 tablespoon of oil. From that, heat up the oil. Now add the onions. Give it a quick stir to bring out the fragrance, the minced pork or beef. And cook the meat for 2 minutes. Then you put in the sauce. Give it a stir again in case it clumps up. Put in the sauce. Good again. Now put it down to a simmer. And let it simmer for like about 3 minutes. Wow, the aroma of the sesame mixed with the oyster sauce. Just amazing. Simple to make. Now after 3 minutes, the sauce is ready to be poured onto the tofu. And then just garnish it with some scallion. And guys, in front of me I have a plate of yin yang tofu. It's really easy to prepare. Let's give it a try. The hot meat sauce, when eaten against the tofu, the cold tofu, it's really amazing. It's refreshing. So tasty. The oyster sauce, the sauce with the sesame paste and the scallion. Perfect combination. So it's really easy to make. Even in Cyprus, I whip up this dish. So it's really easy to prepare. Just bring along our cookbook with you on your trip. And remember, our cookbook is now available on Amazon. Let's have another bite. Really tasty.